Hello, welcome to the Roundhouse podcast with Paul Solentrop of Wichita State University Strategic Communications. Thanks for listening. We appreciate your time. We're going to start our summer series introducing you to newcomers on the Wichita State basketball team. KP Parr is with us. She is a freshman guard from Waco, Texas. She played at La Vega High, where they won back-to-back Class 4A titles. KP was back-to-back tournament MVPs, and in March she scored 21 points and had 8 steals in the championship game to wrap up that honor for a second straight season. So KP, why did you choose Wichita State? Tell us about your journey here.
So from the time that they started recruiting me, they made me feel like I would be a part of their family. They took care of my family as well. You know, they were very involved into my personal lifestyle. So I just felt like I would be leaving my family at La Vega and joining a new family. I feel like they would always have my back, and yeah.
Yeah, I went back and read some stories when you committed or when you signed, and you mentioned family a lot. Why was that such an important thing to you?
Because, at home we called it my village. So once my dad passed, we named the people that I were closer to Village. So Coach Nooner and Coach Brooke, they recruited me mostly. They became a part of my village. Like I said, they got to know me very personally, so they knew pretty much everything that was going on in my life. And no other coaches or colleges tended to do that, so I felt like this was the best fit for me.
Okay, so Terry Nooner, the head coach of Wichita State, Brooke Costley, one of the assistants you mentioned. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. They did that kind of work. How did they establish that bond, or was there a point where you thought, "Oh boy, I really like what they're doing and what they're saying"?
Really, honestly, from the first phone call when they offered me, he actually cracked a few jokes. You know, got me to open up and actually be me because everybody knows me as being goofy.
So Terry Nooner has jokes.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, that's good. That's good to know. There's nothing better than a good sense of humor when you're a college basketball coach. Okay, favorite WNBA or NBA player? Who do you really like to watch?
I watch both, so I can give you both. Right now, today, my favorite WNBA player would be Rickea Jackson. She plays with the LA Sparks, and my favorite NBA player is Kyleigh Irving.
Okay, tell us about Rickea Jackson. What do you like about her game?
Just how she's always poised in any type of situations. She's one of those go-getters. You know, she finds her shot, she gets off on defense, and I do as well, so I kind of sort of look up to her. And Kyleigh Irving, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like everybody should feel like he's the best point guard in the NBA right now. So.
Were you rooting for the Mavericks?
I was.
Okay, that was a tough one, but they were in the NBA Finals, so that's an accomplishment in and of itself. So I watched some video from the parade celebrating the La Vega High title. You told reporters it was important for people to remember the seniors as more than just basketball players and for being well educated. Why is it important to be remembered in that way?
Because I feel like most of the time nowadays you see basketball players and that's all that people feel like they are. I feel like they look at them more as a basketball player than a human being. So I just want people to remember that we are great people outside of the basketball court and not just basketball players.
If you weren't playing basketball, is there another sport you would be playing?
I would probably be running track and field.
Track and field, okay. What events did you participate in?
Last year I did the 100, the 200, the 4x1 long, and triple jump.
Okay, so you got some wheels. What's your PR in the 100?
I don't know.
All right. I'm sure you're very speedy. When did basketball kind of grab you? When did it become your favorite sport?
Probably around the ages 8 or 9. I think I started playing at 8, so I was very rocky, into all sports at the time. But as I got older, probably 9, 10, I started becoming more serious about it. Figuring that was what I wanted to do.
Who is the best basketball player you've played against? High school, summer basketball. Who's the toughest opponent?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I come up with good questions. Yeah, you're going to have to think on that one.
High school, I'm going to have to say Kendall Sneed from Hardin-Jefferson. AAU, I'm going to have to go with... Let me think. I got to think hard. Ooh, I don't know.
That's right. We'll let you think on that for a second.
Okay.
If you come up with somebody, we'll come back to it. KP, you are wearing number 2 for the Shockers. Is there a story behind that number?
No, not really. I just started wearing 2 in high school, and people started calling me Deuce. So it became a number that has stuck with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it would also signify back-to-back, I guess, so you could go with that as well. So you're in the early stages of practice here at Wichita State. You've been here a week or two. How's the adjustment going, and is there a teammate? Is there a returner who's really kind of helping you out, get used to basketball, college life, all of those things?
It's definitely been an adjustment. I wouldn't say it's been a hard adjustment with Coach Nooner and Coach Brooke and my teammates being by my side. You know, they're very supportive and very checks on me like every day, make sure I understand everything that's going on. But I would have to give our props to Celeste. Well, she's really helped me out outside of basketball in the gym, you know. So, yeah.
She would be a good role model. She had an excellent freshman
is.
year. She's a Texan, so I get all that. Do you have a book or a movie, Netflix show? What are you watching or reading? What would you recommend to people to check out?
My favorite show right now today will be Snowfall. Book, I'm really into kid books like Junie B. Jones, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I'm really into those. Show also Criminal Minds.
Okay.
And then my favorite movie would definitely have to be Moana and Kill Bill, maybe even Love and Basketball.
Okay, good recommendations. All right, we'll wrap it up. We'll let you give out a little advice. You've now been through the recruiting process, spent 4 years in high school. What advice would you give to maybe a high school sophomore who is starting to think about their future? Where do I want to go to college? What do I want to do? What advice would you give them about navigating this process?
My advice would be comparison is the thief of joy. So never compare yourself to anyone else. Like, somebody else in your same position is getting this offer, this interest. I'll say be patient and stay within yourself, you know. So, yeah.
All right. KP, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Rick Muma, president of Wichita State University. Check out the latest episode of the Forward Together podcast. Each episode, I sit down with different guests from Shocker Nation to celebrate the vision and mission of Wichita State University. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, thank you for listening. We're into our summer series introducing you to Wichita State basketball newcomers. We have Bree White with us. Bree is a 5'11" senior forward. She is from Houston, Texas, and is a transfer from TCU. Bree, let's start. Favorite WNBA, favorite NBA player. Who do you really like to watch?
I have a few, but just to name some, Asia Wilson, Kyleigh Copper, for WNBA side. Of course, like kind of throwback Maya Moore, players with that type of skill set. I love to watch them play. And then looking more into like NBA, I like Kevin Durant, Carmelo. His mid-range game is pretty elite. And then Jason Tatum. Players like that are people who stick out to me.
Were you rooting for the Celtics?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, because I had KP Parr on here. She was rooting for the Mavericks.
Yep, she was. We've had some conversations about that.
Okay, very good. Out of those players you mentioned, is there somebody who you maybe model your game after a little bit, or watch video of and say, I can try to do those kind of things?
I would love to say that like a big piece of my game would be the mid range, and I think I get that aspect by watching like Carmelo or Kevin Durant, that type of feel. And then as far as like Asia Wilson, Kyleigh Copper, all that, I try to pick a lot of things out of there. So just anything as far as like just being aggressive, playing with intensity, those type of things I try to implement in my game.
Okay. Tell us about your journey to Wichita State. How did you choose this school?
Man, that's a good question. I got a call from Coach Brooke, and just from the first call, I just knew that this was home. The communication was there, the openness, that you just have that feeling sometimes when you're just like, yeah, this is it. And they're just very, very open, and they're really good people. And the environment that they're building here and the culture that they have here is something that I didn't want to miss out on. So I knew that being a Shocker was the way to go.
Brooke Costley is the assistant coach you
Yes.
mentioned. Tell us a little bit more about that. When you mentioned words like environment and culture, did they say something specific, or what gave you a good feeling about that?
Yeah, their emphasis on like being a family and just building was really important for me. Finding a program where they're not only just invested in you as a player on the court, but off the court as well. And then also just building you on the court and off the court as well. Like seeing the development within your life and within your growth on the court and off the court was really big for me. And then just hearing that from them and the whole coaching staff was just awesome. So it just kind of got me right there.
So if you follow Bree on social media, you are following Bree Mode.
Yes, sir.
Describe Bree Mode.
Instead of beast mode, you got Bree mode. I just took the Bree from my name, Breon, and then added the mode. For me, that's just a lot of things. That could be me on the court, being aggressive, that dog that's going to sit there, yell. I'm very passionate, so it's like you're going to get a lot of that. And just going out there and having fun and playing the game that I love. And so doing that with a lot of enthusiasm, that's where you get Bree mode. So that's my little saying.
So if you weren't playing basketball, is there another sport you would be playing in college?
I'm not sure. I've been playing basketball for a little minute, so. But, like, if I could just, like, go out there and do something for, like, a day or so, I'll probably try softball. That would be pretty fun. Okay.
Basketball, when did that grab your passion, your heart? When did you really get serious about it?
Probably around 8th grade. 7th, 8th grade is when I actually really started playing seriously. Before that, I was in the orchestra. I played the violin, the cello. Also kind of dibbled and dabbled in the drums a little bit. Learned a little bit of bass as well. And then when I got to my new middle school, they didn't have orchestra, so I went the sports direction. And also my father, he works with a lot of professional athletes and does a lot of stuff with them. So I've always been around sports, whether it's football, basketball, whatever. So just having that kind of insight of seeing what people do and how they go throughout their life was pretty cool. And so I just wanted to be a part of that.
Okay, you have a musical background. Interesting. Tell us a little bit more about that. Are you still active?
Not really. I've thought about picking it back up. Basketball kind of took over, so I had to put that to the side. But it was pretty interesting and really cool. And also, it's kind of calming, just learning new songs and like understanding the different notes and stuff. But that's something I wouldn't mind picking back up.
What was your favorite instrument?
I would say the violin, just because it was what I was best at and what I did the longest. But the drums was also pretty fun, too. Because a lot of people, like, when listening to music, you hear, obviously, the people singing, rapping, whatever you listen to. But, like, listening to the drums in the back, I feel like that really brings a song together. Listening to that bass and stuff like that from different instruments is pretty cool to me, so.
Do you have a favorite song that you played?
Nah, they was all like classical type music. I couldn't remember the name of the song, but I liked all of them. It was pretty cool to hear. Okay,
here's a question. Whenever I meet someone who plays the violin, what is the difference between playing the violin and fiddling?
I would say, I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a shot. That's what we're here for.
I feel like the violin is more like a slower pace. I feel like when you're fiddling, it's kind of quicker. It's like more like... I don't know if that's a good answer, but that's what I think a little bit for me. So
okay, both fine musical instruments.
No, for sure.
I'm interested in the difference. You wear number 12 for the Shockers. Is there a story, a background with that number?
Kind of, sort of. I've been wearing 12 since high school. Originally, my number was 15, and then I got to my freshman year, and somebody had it, and so there was a number nobody's ever worn. It was 12, and ever since I put that 12 on, it's been different. That's when Bree Mode evolved, and that's when it just all kind of started for me and helped me grow within my game. And so, like, I just wanted to stick with it because it just means so much from kind of like my history of, like, starting and then the things that I've accomplished up until this point. And then also kind of like a V12, like the engine and stuff like that. B12, I just thought it was kind of cool, so kind of went with it like that.
Very good. Who is the best basketball player you've played against? It could be anything. High school, college, summer ball. Who stands out?
Wow. That's a great one. I've played against a lot of high caliber players. Just a few. I would say Maddie Williams at OU. I played with her, so against her in practice. She's a real high caliber player. I love to play with her. I would say Rory Harmon. I played with and against her. There's a lot. Kyleigh. I mean, that's just say enough. She scored like 70 plus in a game.
Those are good ones. Those
are just a few to name. But like I said, there's a plethora of them. So if I left you off, I'm sorry.
Sure. So you've been through this before. You're older. You probably don't need a lot of help getting adjusted to college and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But tell us about the transition to Wichita State. And is there one of the returners? Is there a teammate who's kind of helped you out, maybe telling you this is the best place to go for cheeseburgers, or this is how Coach Nooner likes this drill run?
Right. I would say everybody. I think, and that's kind of like I hit on earlier about the family aspect and like just bringing everybody in together. Everybody's here to help each other. If whatever I needed, even if I didn't need anything, they're always asking to help. And then that's something that's a big piece in building the chemistry that will help us be successful, throughout the season. So I would say everybody's helped, including the coaching staff, everybody. And then also my grandparents stay like 15 minutes away. So they're right up the street. So they've been helping me out a little bit too. So it's been good.
Okay. So you have family in the area.
Yep,
then.
sure do.
Okay. Very nice. That'll be good. Do you have a book or a TV show, a movie? What would you recommend to the people out there listening that they should check out?
Okay. I would say like TV shows. I'm kind of like I am into a lot of different things. I've watched like Criminal Minds, 911. These are all like different series. And then I kind of like the DC Marvel type of stuff sometimes to watch that. I think the action is what keeps me interested. I've watched The Arrow. That's a pretty good one. It's a good storyline that I think, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of another good show. Because I watch so many shows that they all kind of stream together. Really anything on Netflix that's trending, I think that will get you right. So, that's all the shows I can kind of think off the top of my head. Okay,
we'll get you out of here with one last question. We're going to give you a chance to mentor high school athletes. What advice would you have for, say, a high school sophomore or junior, kind of getting started? I want to play athletics in college. What should they be What questions should they be asking? What should they be looking for in a college situation?
I would say some advice I would give would be to stay the course. I think sometimes you might have those days where you're like, man, like I'm not feeling it, or I don't know if I can make it. Like, those are the times you need to push through, because that's what's going to get you over that hurdle to get to where you want. Something that I live by, my family lives by, is G1HW. It's kind of like going along with like the Bremo saying. It means God first, hard work. Keeping God first in your life will always lead you in the right direction. And then obviously working hard will get you to wherever you want. So I would say definitely just stay focused, stay the course, and stay the grind. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it for you, but it is possible. Anything is possible that you put your mind through and you work hard and keep God first.
Bree White, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, we are with Kyleigh Ortiz as we continue our summer series introducing the Shocker newcomers for the basketball team. Kyleigh is a 5'6" junior guard. She is from Kansas, Oklahoma, attended Coffeyville Community College. At Coffeyville, she earned second-team All-Jayhawk Conference honors as a sophomore. She averaged 9.1 points and 2.2 assists for the Red Ravens on their way to a 20-12 season. Kyleigh made 36% of her three-point shots, and Wichita State coach Terry Nooner expects her to help with WSU's outside shooting. Kyleigh, let's get started. Favorite WNBA or NBA player? Who do you enjoy watching?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. All right. Tell us more about Kevin Durant. What do you like about his game?
He's just a smooth player, and I've just liked him ever since I was little.
Playing for the Thunder growing up, was that part of the attraction?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Good choice. Tell us about your journey here to Wichita State. Why did you choose the Shockers to continue your basketball?
I chose Wichita just because they brought me in like family, and they was the first D1 school to reach out to me, and they just seemed like they was really interested in me to keep playing here.
Okay, people keep mentioning family as a word that is important to them. How did Coach Terry Nooner, the assistant coaches, how did they get you to buy into the idea of family here? Did they say anything in particular, or how did they demonstrate that spirit?
I mean, they just talked to me like they've known me my whole life. They they're just someone you can call family easily.
Okay, very good. Your bio describes you as chill, confident, and a shooter. Why are you so chill?
I don't really like doing anything. I just like chilling in my room.
Just chilling in your room. Tell us about your evolution as a shooter. Did you grow up shooting on your home driveway? How do you become a good shooter?
Yeah, I've just always been in the gym, or I was always outside just shooting the ball. My dad's always made me shoot, so.
Okay, so your dad's an influence?
Yes.
Was he a basketball player?
Yeah.
Okay. What are Dad's best tips for shooting the basketball?
Just keep shooting no matter what.
Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot. That sounds like good advice. If you weren't playing basketball, is there another sport you would be playing?
No, but if I had to choose, I'd probably say golf.
Golf. Yeah. Okay, good sport. When did basketball kind of grab you? When did that become your love?
I'd say ever since I was a little kid, just because I always liked going to the gym and just like playing basketball all the time. And then just like, I just fell in love with it the whole time, I guess.
Who is the best player you've ever played against? Could be high school, junior college, in the summer. Who's the opponent who really impressed you?
I gotta think about that one.
Okay, we'll let you think about it, and we can come back to it. If somebody pops into your mind, just yell it out. So you're at a new school, new academics, new basketball. Who's helped you, a teammate, who's helped you kind of get adjusted to Wichita State and how they like drills run, or where's the best place to get pizza? Who's been helpful in that kind of way?
Jordan Jackson. She's helped me a lot, and I feel like we both connected just because we're like both shooters, so we kind of do like the same drills all the time.
Okay, Jordan Jackson, very good. Do you have a book or a TV show that you would recommend to the people?
Stranger Things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a popular one on Netflix. What did you like about Stranger Things?
I don't know. It was just different.
Kind of a look back at the 80s, too.
Yeah.
Definitely. How about an opponent? Have you thought of anybody that you've played against that stood out?
I really don't know, but like, I think the only like main one that I've played against is probably Lexi Keys when she went to Oklahoma, and Dariana Bugs that went to Baylor out of Tulsa. But they're probably about it.
Okay, those are two good names. All right, we're going to wrap up. We'll let you hand out a little advice. If you were talking to a high school sophomore as a talented athlete, what advice would you give them about choosing a college?
Just choose a school where you think feels like home on their first visit. Make sure the coaches treat you and bring you like family, like Nooner and everyone else did.
Okay, Kyleigh Ortiz, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Roundhouse podcast, courtesy of Wichita State University Strategic Communications. We encourage you to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can find more Roundhouse content at GoShockers.com.
Malcolm out near the timeline. Left side of the floor to Baker. Ron works deeper to the wing. Fires a three. Good! Ron Baker with his third three-point field goal of the game, and Wichita State goes ahead by 4.